Hey, Dash fans, welcome to another episode of DashCast. I'm play-by-play voice of the Dash, Andrew Murphy, joined by JJ Johnson, our on-field host. Our producer is Mr. Carson Lesser. Thanks for hanging out with us, JJ.
Hey, it's not me. We couldn't do it without the producer, Carson.
How are you?
I'm good.
You good,
I'm
Carson?
Good.
You
Yeah, I'm
hanging in
doing
there?
great. Yeah, I'm doing fine.
All righty. Hey, headlines. We won an award. Did you guys
We
know
did?
we won an award? Yeah, we did. That's right. Last episode, we talked about the big MILB award show on MLB Network that aired on September 30th. So that was on Monday night. And we won an award that we didn't even know we were up for. And that was the 2024 Best Animal Enclosure. Goes to the Winston-Salem Dash. And it's because we put a chicken coop in center field as a part of our High Pens campaign, which did ridiculously well this year. Shout out to Ben Hill, one of minor league baseball's best advocates, for giving us that one. Guys, the chickens are here to stay.
They are. They's the Carolina Coops.
Yeah, dude. Carolina Coops hooked
it up.
us up.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That was actually always great. I love bringing that up to some of the fans coming in the ballpark, especially when they didn't see it there on their right side as they're walking in. Just say, hey, we got a chicken coop out there. Fresh eggs popping out every moment.
It's definitely some shock factor. Like, we had the choice between that and a playground, and we went with the chicken coop. So, yeah, shout out us. That's just one of hopefully many awards that we'll rack up here pretty soon. So yeah, not to brag, but doing a little bragging. Carson, who's your favorite high pen?
Favorite high pen's got to be Sox.
Sox?
Yeah, Sox is a gem.
I don't even know the difference between all of them yet. I mean, there's signage outside the fence, whatever, that tells you which one's which. But
I prefer
isn't there
espresso.
Isn't there a Meet the High Pens page on? I was gonna say Espresso is a pretty solid name.
Yeah, the name's good. That's he won me over with the name.
There we go. Meet the High Pens. It's on our website. Yes, we got Winston, Sox, Bo Peep, DJ Scratch, Espresso, Hey, I don't know what that means, and chocolate.
So, hey, from Moana.
Is it?
Yeah, the little rooster looking guy.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with. I mean, I've seen it like once. I don't
Moana?
know. Yeah, I'm not like
Yeah.
super. Carson, you big Moana fan?
Not really. I just big Hey fan.
You just know everything about that.
I think we
You
caught him.
like
I think
to
we
talk-
caught him.
Like to talk about it a lot. Cool.
Tell the truth, Carson.
I love Moana.
See,
Hey is a golden buff, and the golden buff isn't a recognized breed, but a hybrid cross of various types. That includes the Leghorn and the Rhode Island Red. Golden buff is really a misnomer, as the hens are more reddish brown than gold. That's one reason it goes by so many different names. It's a hardy bird that does well in cold climates, and with the winter coming in, we're going to need all 7 of them to do well in cold climates. But I think that thing is climate controlled, is it not?
I want to say it is.
Yeah, I mean it's a not fully indoor, but they have they have their, I guess, their sleeping area. I don't know.
Yeah, they have like their little roost, I guess
There
it
you go.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, no, it is. They have like a little staircase that they go up, and they just hang out there, I guess. But yeah, most of the time you can see them running around. Even if you just come to like the parking lot, you can look through the fence and see them there. But the best way to see them is to, of course, buy a ticket to a Dash game. You can do that by going on to wsdash.com or by calling 336-714-2287 for tickets today. A lot of baseball was played this year. A lot of baseball to be played next year. 2025 schedule has already been released. And baseball, like, although it's done with the minor leagues, like, still a lot of excitement to be found in the major league playoffs.
right? Yes.
Lots going on. Dodgers seem to be the front runners, and that is due to a certain Shohei Ohtani. Big headlines around Shohei, not necessarily in his performance. I mean, in the wake of what for most players would be a season-stifling injury, right? Injured elbow ligament. He's put up one of the most historically significant seasons in Major League Baseball history. Leads the league in home runs, runs batted in, on-base percentage, slugging, runs scored. I think I'm forgetting some other categories, but his most remarkable achievement this year was reaching 50 stolen bases and 50 home runs. He's the only player in baseball history to ever do that. And, of course, the 50th home run ball is going for an insane amount of money at auction. $1.2 million is the last bid that I heard.
Yeah.
It's
up there.
Yeah, it's definitely up there. So on September 19th at Lone Depot Park in Miami, Shohei hit his 50th home run of 2024. Chaos ensued where the ball landed in left field. An 18-year-old fan is now suing for possession of Shohei Ohtani's 50th home run ball. The lawsuit claims Max Mattis, a Florida resident who was celebrating his 18th birthday at Lone Depot Park in Miami, gained possession of the ball Ohtani hit for his 50th home run before another man, Chris Belansky, took it away. According to Mattis' attorney, Max, quote, successfully grabbed the 50-50 ball in his left hand and intended to keep it, the lawsuit stated. Unfortunately, a few seconds later, defendant Belansky, a muscular, older man, trapped the plaintiff's arm in between his legs and wrangled the 50-50 ball out of Max's left hand. Can you believe that?
Wait a minute, how old is Max?
18.
That's still considered a kid at a baseball game.
I guess, but in a court of law, he's considered an adult.
Yeah,
so.
he would be an adult.
Yeah, I mean, this if he's 17 years old, this totally, I don't know how it changes. I'm not a lawyer, thankfully. But, yeah, I mean, it's a lot of money. Like, so, of course, people are going to be after it.
Yeah.
In fact, another person, I found out today, I was reading up on it before we started recording, another person is suing Belansky and Max Mattis, along with one other guy, as reported by the Brooks Peck of The Athletic yesterday. Joseph Davidoff of Florida is filing suit with the file claiming Davidoff would have retained control and possession of the 50-50 ball if it were not for the assault of the unknown fan who jumped onto him. So people are going nuts for this thing. And, yeah, I mean, I've never been in that situation before. And only so many people have been, like where you're in that moment, like that ball is coming to you and you have the chance to get it.
I see that. You see it quite a bit, but I see fans get balls all the time. And the most fun I have is to watch. A lot of times this happens when I'm watching like Major League Baseball on TV, but watching a baby throw the ball back.
I've never seen that here.
I've never seen it here, but like, yeah, I've never seen it here.
Well,
but
you know that's a tradition at some ballparks.
Is it?
Yeah. Like
for babies to throw it back?
Yeah, I mean, like if a little kid catches a home run ball or something from the opposing team at like Yankee Stadium, especially if you're like with the bleacher creatures out in I think it's right field, like it's customary that you throw the ball back.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
Like I know if an adult keeps a ball and a kid's trying to get it here, they get booed. Boo! Don't keep it. Give it to the kid.
That's pretty universal because it's just like, all right, man, you're 43. You've had your chance. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, make the kid's day. That I love that about just the culture of baseball. It's like it's all about the kids. It's all about the kids. Come on, give the kids a good time. Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, but I mean, it's weird. It depends on the crowd. Like if it's a sparse crowd and there aren't too many people, there'll be like 1-2 people going after it. But if it's a packed house and like, you know, somebody hits a ball onto the berm in left field, for example, like there'll be a pack of 50 kids
running from everywhere.
Yeah.
Some of them don't even have tickets.
Yeah.
They're climbing over the wall to get it, you know?
Yeah. But,
I made that up.
I mean, I don't know. Could be. You never know.
That never happened.
No, it would never happen. Not here. Carson, you ever caught a foul ball before?
I've not.
No.
I've not, no.
This just in, I've never been to a Major League Baseball game.
What?
Really?
What are you talking about?
I'll say it again. I've never been to a Major League Baseball game.
Dude.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, you grew up here, right? So you're not in necessarily the closest proximity to a Major League Baseball. I mean, what, the Braves?
Yeah, that'd be the closest one.
Cincinnati is like 6.5, 7 hours away by car. I mean, Washington, I guess, is, 5.5. So, yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
It's on my list.
But it shouldn't make sense. I think the Carolinas need a Major League Baseball team. With all of the minor league baseball that's here and all of the different affiliations that are scattered throughout the country and have no geographic, I mean, there's like all the White Sox affiliates, which, I mean, again, it makes sense to keep them all in one region, but we're nowhere near Chicago. You know, like if there was a team in the Carolinas and 4 affiliates were picked to be that team's affiliate, I mean, fandom would skyrocket.
Right, yeah.
Fandom would absolutely skyrocket. But on the flip side, that makes it more challenging and honestly a little more fun for us to create all this like fun, goofy, off-the-wall stuff that we do to bring fans in anyway.
Right. Absolutely. What do you think it will be better for a major league team? Raleigh or
I mean, for Charlotte, it would depend because they don't really have a whole lot of room for a brand new downtown stadium.
Right. It would have to be basically built on top of what they have.
I think it would make more sense to have one in Raleigh just because I think Raleigh's got the infrastructure.
Oh, yeah.
I think they have the space. I think they have enough undeveloped land in places that, you know, the city and the local economy could benefit from.
Yeah.
And I think that Raleigh actually has some backing from the Carolina Hurricanes owner, who's gone on record saying capital's not an issue. I mean, we'll see how true that holds. But still, it's like that's a lot of confidence, especially when you don't even have public plans drawn up or anything. Carson, you're a Canes fan. Like,
I am. Huge Canes fan.
Is what is it, Tom Dundon? Is that his name?
I believe so,
Yeah, like, is he known as a pretty good owner? I'd like to think so.
He's done really, really well with the Canes.
Yeah, the Canes are looking good this year.
Yeah, we have the Stahl brothers back.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Fun.
The game's never going to start. Oh, you said Stahl?
Yeah.
Oh.
That was great.
We need sound effects. Can we get sound effects?
I mean,
No, because I want to hit a button and go, boo! Because JJ will throw those little one-liners at you, and you either want to, I mean, depending on how good it is, I'll give you a golf clap, but
hey, thanks a lot. Appreciate
that
it.
one was weak. No.
Well, back with the Canes.
Confused me. I was like, what?
Well, you're talking about the Canes when we were talking about, building and all.
Yeah.
They're doing that whole new complex
Yeah.
project there. What do you think about that, Carson?
I think it's really cool. It just expands the size because they share it with PNC, with NC State basketball.
Right.
I mean, during hockey season, it's also basketball season.
Right, and there's gonna
so they're just like flipping back and forth nonstop.
Right, they're doing like it's gonna be an area where more restaurants and bars. Right.
Yeah, it's gonna
right.
be
That
huge.
whole thing. I think that's what's needed in that area, which takes me further to the point. I feel like the major league team is definitely in the plans at some point now. It's on somebody's sticky note somewhere. It's gonna happen. I think.
Well, it's being called the Lenovo Center.
Oh yeah, I did see that. PNC is no longer. Yeah, I think it's tough, especially for a Major League Baseball team, just because it's not like, I mean, the Utah relocation from Phoenix happened like that.
Still haven't picked a name.
No, it's just Utah Hockey Club, and that's just what it's going to be, I guess. But they're playing this season. I mean, it came together super fast, and I feel like you can't do that with a Major League Baseball team. And I mean, NFL would probably be in the same camp, just because there's not just the stadium and having to at least reach the bar that's been set by all of these super ultra modern luxury ballparks that have been built in the last 10, 15 years. You also have to build like this giant entertainment district around the ballpark, which is just added, it just adds to the expenses.
Right. And I would assume, like, baseball, the season's longer than any of them, right?
Yeah.
So the stadium is going to get used a little bit longer, but definitely those football stadiums, they need something to happen when football season's not going on.
That's where a sports commission comes in. Like, look, I mean, I'm not sure if either Winston-Salem or Greensboro has one. I'm not sure like the city is like big enough for that, but I really don't know.
Hey, big enough for
like
what?
So a sports commission. It's like back home in St. Louis. There's it's the St. Louis Sports Commission. Basically, their entire agenda is bringing like large scale sporting events to the city of St. Louis. So like Olympic trials or the Final Four or any NCAA tournament. Dates or
is that kind of like Charlotte's sports?
Yes,
okay,
that's exactly.
They
what
do the
Charlotte
Duke's
does.
Mayo Bowl and all.
Bingo.
Okay.
So it's that same thing. So if you're going to build an NFL stadium, you better have like other events in mind, because you're only using that 9 days or nights out of the year.
Yeah, I know in Maryland, Landover, Maryland, where formerly FedEx Stadium, now Northwest Stadium is what it's called now, which is weird because that's an area in D.C., and so people up there are going to be like, huh, where is it at again? But it's Northwest Stadium. It's Northwest Federal is the name that's on it. But I saw right out the gate, Metallica's going to be there. So they're always doing some kind of concert at that spot around this time of year too. Yeah.
You have to. It's got to be especially tough for stadiums like way up north. Like in like Soldier Field in Chicago, like you can't do anything at Soldier Field besides maybe like the Winter Classic from November through February. Like it's just not going to work. I mean, I don't know, maybe it does, but like concerts out of the question for a venue like that.
What's the coolest like venue you've ever been to?
Coolest venue,
like, or it could be historical reasons or
just venue, just in general.
Yeah, venue. Yeah,
mine's really small.
Okay.
The Surf Ballroom in Clear Lake, Iowa.
Right.
It was the place where Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper played their final concert before getting on the plane and crashing. That place, I went up there with my dad in 2018. We were doing a little ballpark trip up north, and that we wanted to stop there because we're a big rock and roll family, and that's rock and roll history right there. That place is untouched. It is straight out of the 1950s, and it's kept in pristine condition. Huge names will go and perform there, and it's this small little, dance club kind of deal, but it is rock and roll history at its core. So that's and you can feel it. It is.
Oh yeah, this place looks like a gym.
Looking it up, yeah. It looks like a high school gymnasium with just like tables and the floor is all original. The stage is original, and like I said, big acts will just flock up to Clear Lake, Iowa during the summers and play small concerts at that place because they want to be on the same stage as Buddy Holly.
Yeah.
What about you?
I forget what the actual name is, but the place was huge. But I was there with the Globetrotters, and they tell me that all kinds of fights happened there, and the Miss America pageant was always there.
Like boxing?
Boxing, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So way back in the day. But this place was huge, but it was definitely Atlantic City. Oh, here it is, right here. Boardwalk Hall is what it's called.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
Yeah, there it is.
Sure.
Boardwalk Hall. And I would have never thought of Boardwalk Hall.
Dude,
that's like a coliseum.
The facade is beautiful. It's got like that domed kind of architecture on it.
Yeah, and the stage, and as you can, in the back there, you can see the stage, and I think we were backstage to come out, and it was just the size of it.
That's insane.
Just
Opened
huge.
in 1929.
Yeah. So when I was in there, I was like, yo, it's a lot of history in here.
That, to me, looks like kind of the precursor to all modern arenas. I'm sure it's been renovated over the years, but, yeah, I mean, concert venues, it's crazy just how like the layout and the structure of them and all that stuff has changed over the years. But yeah, I mean,
they did everything there.
They're barely I can't think of anywhere I've been that looks even remotely similar to this. Really cool. That's a cool
capacity of 14,000, 15,000 seats.
Carson, what about you?
Mine is always going to be first concert ever went to the Fillmore in Charlotte.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Small, it's very small, but I mean it's a classic. I think there's been a lot of big names. Played there, and it's all GA. It's great.
I've always seen a lot of great shows come there. I've never gotten a chance to see a show there, but it's a cool area that it's in too. It's right there. There's like a little small, I think it's called Small Bar. That's beside it. Then the Comedy Zone is right next to that, and downstairs, and it's like a Mexican restaurant or something upstairs. But
you know what's really great about it? There's a parking deck right across the street.
Yes,
that's the best thing about it.
There's a park. Now there is that parking deck. And that parking deck is fairly new.
Yeah.
And I think when you actually go down towards, it's like the Music Factory, I think they still call it that.
Yeah, I think so.
Or maybe. You go down there. Parking can kind of scare you if you don't know that parking garage is there, because there'll be a little bit of traffic going in, but then there's a big parking lot. The garage has like at least like 3 or 4 levels, something like that. So there is definitely parking down there. But.
What was your first concert?
Kaleo.
Kaleo.
Yeah, it was what songs they sing? It was a song that they played all the time on like commercials and stuff, like Way Down We Go.
Kaleo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw them live, really, really good.
What was your first concert, JJ?
The Spinners.
Oh,
Are you showing how old you are right now?
wait, is that
Nobody asked you, Carson.
that's,
The Spinners. I said the Spinners.
Rubber-
They were at Carowinds.
is that Rubber Band? Rubber
Rubber
Man?
Band. Yeah. Look
From,
at you.
yeah.
The Rubber Band Man. Oh,
From-
what a song.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of people know it from Guardians of the Galaxy.
They were huge
Yeah.
when I was like, I think I might have been 4 or 5.
Yeah. Wow,
Something
that's
like
a cool
that.
first concert.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was at Carowinds.
Carowinds.
Yeah.
Yeah. That brings me back, man. Nothing like going to a theme park exclusively for a concert in the dead of summer.
Yeah. There's some good concerts coming around. Stevie Wonder.
I got my tickets. I'm going.
Yeah, you told me you were going.
Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, that's
We've actually we had tickets to Goose in Asheville. Unfortunately, due to the hurricane, they canceled their concert. Which I mean, I understand that. No, Stevie's going to be great. And then Tedeschi Trucks Band is in November. That's also in Asheville. Not sure if that's going to happen yet, but and then Meredith bought tickets to Casey Musgraves in December, so that'll be good. She's going to be one of those. Like I'm not necessarily the biggest fan in the world. Like I can appreciate her music, but I feel like she's going to be somebody who 10, 20, 30 years down the road, like I'm going to be able to say like, oh, I saw her.
yeah, that's
You know? She's
yeah.
just kind of that
I can see that.
echelon of
Who is she?
music. Yeah. She sings songs on a stage for people and records them and releases them as well.
One of those.
Yeah, one of those. My first concert was the Wiggles. My first concert.
The Wiggles.
Yeah, dude.
Who are the Wiggles?
What do you mean? Who are
what?
the Wiggles?
Don't. First of all,
No, that's a what?
what?
The Wiggles?
Dude.
Who are the Wiggles?
Fruit salad?
I've never put my seat
Yummy,
back
yummy?
and rolled down the
Hot-
street,
hot potato?
bumping
Yeah,
the
hot
Wiggles.
potato. There's up the road. There's a
Wait.
yeah.
Dude.
There's a car that has
Oh
the
my
Wiggles on
gosh.
it.
2 blocks up the street, I think at Hilltop House, there's a red Volkswagen Beetle with the Wiggles logo plastered on the hood and on the sides. That looks like, so their thing was like they drove around in what they called the big red car, and it was basically this like red Volkswagen Beetle convertible thing.
All right,
And
let's hear a song.
Dude, absolutely. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Here we go.
You've never heard of the Wiggles?
is
Well,
insane.
well,
JJ.
I'm probably gonna hear the song and be like, oh, okay. I just didn't know. And honestly,
Hot potato, 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 cold spaghetti, cold spaghetti, cold spaghetti.
yeah, I don't see how I missed that one.
Dude, they were like they were like the Beatles for
Yeah.
toddlers.
Okay.
Oh my god. I mean,
Okay.
Okay, what?
Well, it's for who's toddlers?
well, for us.
yeah.
You're not that much older than we are though.
Okay.
You're not that much older than we are.
Right. But as a baby though.
Right. I mean, it was like probably the 3 to 5 year old demographic.
Yeah.
I mean, that's who they catered to. They're not. I don't even know if they're still doing it.
Yeah, they're still around.
No.
Yeah. There's like a bunch of Wiggles
Now,
now.
not asking if you two were into it, but
I was, dude.
no,
Oh,
not
yeah.
no. What I'm about to say, were you kids during like the Yo Gabba Gabba?
That was a little after my time. I have younger cousins though, and that was
Okay.
constantly on in
Yeah,
their
I
houses.
It was around for a while.
Yeah.
I was like just leaving like watching childhood shows when that
Yeah.
like really started
Right.
popping off.
So,
I
fun
never
fact,
watched it.
Fun fact: for about a year, 1 year, I worked for a little entertainment company. And I was DJ Lance.
Jane Lane.
No way.
Yep, I wore the orange suit with the hat. There's pictures out there somewhere. There's pictures out there.
Wait for the next. You still have your gear?
No, I had to give the gear
Oh,
back.
Of course you did.
Yeah, it was rented.
Whatever. I was gonna say it'd be funny if you showed up the next episode wearing it's like this big orange thing. He's got the big glasses.
It still doesn't mean
Yeah,
that can't happen just because I don't own the outfit.
All right, well then maybe we'll get on rent.
I'm gonna do a
but-
deep dive of this.
Dude, oh man, I'm nostalgia tripping right now. This is great.
Right? Yeah.
This is great. So what did you grow up with then? Like what was the show that everybody rallied around when you were of that age?
I feel like, well, okay, Muppets were huge
Oh yeah,
as a kid.
yeah.
Fraggle Rock,
Oh, okay.
as far as like kind of the cartoon, and I mean
Got
that was puppets, but then I was gonna get to Muppet Babies was like a cartoon that was pretty big.
Okay. One of the ones that I remember was Blue's Clues. Blue's Clues was like that was kind of in that same category. Yeah.
We just figured out Blue's Clues. Yeah.
I was singing the We Just Got a Letter song in my head on the way to work this morning. I have no idea why. But yeah, we just got a letter. We just got a letter.
See, I would get that, and now what's Bluey, I would get those confused when I'd hear it. Like, just think they're talking about the same.
That's dominating the scene
Right,
yeah.
now is
Yeah.
Bluey. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Bluey.
That show, like every time, like I'll fly like back and forth to St. Louis a few times a year without fail. At the gate or on the plane, there is always a child with massive headphones on, iPad in hand, and 9 times out of 10, like Bluey is what's playing. It's everywhere. So yeah,
St. Louis.
St. Louis. I'm going this weekend.
Nice.
Going this
Every time I hear St. Louis, I always think about the scene in National Lampoon's Vacation.
Roll them up.
Yeah. Roll them up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my favorite
Yeah.
scene.
Dude, they're like 8 Wiggles. There were 4, and now there are 8 of them, and none of them are the original.
No,
None of them are the
No.
original 4. It was Greg, Jeff, Murray, and Anthony, and now they've got like some dude named Lachlan, Katerina. Yeah, it's not the same. Same brand. I bet they pull in a lot of the cash.
yeah, but the old Wiggles are starting they started a podcast for parenting.
Of course they did.
It's called Hot Potato: The Story of the Wiggles.
Wait, for parenting?
Yeah, it says Hot Potato: The Story of Wiggles. Wiggles launch parenting podcast.
Did either one of you ever have a Mr. Wiggles?
Mr. Wiggles.
What?
What is that? Like a toy or something?
Yeah, it's like the water sprinkler thing.
Oh, probably. Is that one of those Whammo? Remember that brand, Whammo?
Well, Mr. Wiggles is a dancer.
Pretty sure it was like a slip and slide thing.
Mr. Wiggles.
Or I could just be completely putting content together that you're going to have to edit because
I'm just gonna find a toy. Mr.
Stefan Mr. Wiggles Clemente is a street dancer noted for his popping skills. No, I didn't have one of those in my house
never
growing
mind. Maybe I probably made that up altogether.
I know what you're talking about, though. It's like it moves a little, like it's a slip and slide that kind of moves.
Yeah,
and
and I probably thought of it just.
yeah. Do kids even play with like conventional toys anymore?
I think so. Probably depending on where
Maybe?
they live.
Yeah.
I mean, while we're on nostalgia, like
Ooh,
what was it? Go to action figure. What was your toy, man?
I had the early on Castle of Grayskull. I had the whole thing. He-Man.
Oh, He-Man.
yeah,
Nice.
Solid.
Yep.
Solid.
Yep. I had the Castle of Grayskull. Had the front door,
Yep.
gate door, and everything.
Classic.
Classic stuff. I heard it's worth something now. I wish I'd have kept mine. Yeah.
I was a big Rescue Heroes guy. Carson, you know Rescue Heroes?
It sounds familiar, but I'm just looking it up just to
See,
be sure.
you and I are separated, 4 years apart, maybe 3 years.
Yeah, probably like 4
And
or 3.
we were both born like at kind of a generationally weird time. So I feel like there's this, not an overlap, the opposite of an over. There's this disconnect generationally between like I feel like we were kind of in so close, but such different eras of that kind of stuff.
So yeah, there's definitely some things that are like, oh, I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about. And other
yeah,
things
yeah.
like, I have no idea.
Yeah. Because what year were you born?
2000.
Okay, so I was 97.
Yeah.
And that's like you're definitely Gen Z.
Yeah, I'm Gen Z.
I've been called Gen Z. I've been called millennial. I don't know what I am. That's a
1997 is the first Gen Z's.
okay. But I feel like I still have some millennial qualities about me. I have some boomer qualities about me, honestly. But like at the same time, I feel this like push and pull between like, all right, I like that aspect. I don't like that aspect. It's really weird.
I don't know. I always think that I was born at a weird, unique time because of just the influence of today is a lot of the hip hop, the pop culture and all that. And I was right there where kind of that disco funk was wasn't ending, but it was starting to influence the younger artists, they were starting to rap.
Oh, got it.
Which rapping had already been going on.
Yeah.
Guys just talking in the rhythm. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying, man? What's going down, man? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
That was actually like, and then that turned into like the hip hop.
Yeah.
And the culture and the neighborhoods and all that stuff. So it was just so now when I hear hip hop music, I'm kind of lukewarm about it a little bit.
Where do you think, because that genre I feel like right now is kind of in limbo too. Like no one quite knows where it's going to go next. Like where do you think it'll go next, or do you even have any idea? Because I don't.
Pop music can be hip hop.
Yeah.
The genre is the rap. The hip hop is just kind of let's see, who would be somebody I would say would be hip hop, but that doesn't necessarily rap. Well, Usher.
Well, definitely. I mean, see, but that's the thing is like he's kind of a genre crossover, right? Like he's considered R&B kind of, isn't he? To some degree.
Yes.
He's also got that hip hop in there.
And the pop.
Exactly. Because he's a hit maker.
And then like all the way the artists collaborated back in the day.
Yeah. That collaboration, I mean, especially now, it's very uncommon for somebody to release an album and not have a couple of features on it.
Yeah. It was real. I remember when Run DMC got with Guns N' Roses. Aerosmith. Yeah. Like when they got together.
Yeah.
Like that was a very unique time. So
I look at a guy like Post Malone, and he's been collaborating with everybody. But he right now is also in this, not like transition, but kind of in this different area of music where he's been doing a lot of like country kind of stuff.
Have you listened to any of his country stuff?
The new album?
Yeah, it sounds really good.
Yeah, it does sound good.
now I do like that aspect of it. Everybody's doing their own thing, kind of making their own genre now. It's gotten so creative now, so that's kind of a cool thing. He's his own artist. There's nobody like Post Malone.
I think just based off that is where hip hop. I mean, pick a genre. I think that's where it's all going. Is how can we? Because that's how all of music has been anyway. Historically, is all right. Well, we like this, and this from this genre. Let's do that, but put our own twist on it. I mean, that's how jazz influenced, I guess, I don't know, there's so many like crossovers that we could give as an example. But
R&B artists would always have that verse in their song that somebody comes in and raps for them. It's like, I've been singing this song long enough. You tell them a different way.
yeah, like sampling too.
Yeah.
Even just straight up just ripping it from,
Yeah.
Etta James, Good Feeling, boom.
Right.
You got, kind of that EDM, kind of techno merge. It's crazy.
It's crazy. If you go down like a 70s playlist on Spotify
Yeah.
or something, you'll hear a song and you'll hear a beat or a lyric that's used in a song today. You'll find stuff and you'll be like, oh, that's where that's from. But you'll hear the original version of stuff. It's pretty cool. I listen to like 70s music all the time.
Oh, I do too. You and I, like every time I'm passing by the front desk, like you're always, you got something different playing.
There's like this music that it's just in my, like from being a kid, being at the barbershop and certain songs come on, like it just reminds me of that, and that's what I grew up on.
Yeah.
But
I think we need, I think that's on my wish list for promos next year. It's like a rock and roll night, or like, I don't know, like a funk night, or something, something that has to do with like throwback music. We did, we called it Anger Management Night.
oh
It
yeah,
was like Limp Bizkit and all those 90s kind of into the 2000s angsty.
It's fun to do themed music games and stuff like that.
Yeah, like that, and that's easy stuff too. Like don't forget the lyrics and one thing I do think we need to implement next year is lookalike cams. You guys ever seen lookalike cams?
Yeah, it's big in
Oh
hockey.
yeah.
Hockey has kind of driven it. What?
Did you see the one with Spider-Man?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that was great.
My favorite too is when they'll put up like a picture of a celebrity and the actual celebrity is there, and they'll throw them on the video board and everybody will go nuts.
Yeah,
That's good.
Yeah.
They did that with J.K. Simmons.
Mm.
Is that his name? J.K. Simmons or J.K. Fitzsimmons? I can't remember. Anyway,
I got to
Yep,
look something
J.K.
up because I
Simmons.
have
Yeah,
a
J.K.
thought. I've been
Simmons.
trying to say it since we've been talking about old school music.
what you got in mind?
They're doing an Earth, Wind, and Fire documentary.
Oh, are they really?
Yes. And I forgot the producer. I want to say is Roots.
Oh, Questlove.
Questlove. He's
dude.
yeah.
Wait, didn't he do Summer of Soul?
I don't know.
I thought he had his hand in Summer of Soul. Have you seen Summer of Soul on Hulu?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
No.
man. Big Harlem music festival back in the 1960s that hadn't been like kind of in the wake of Woodstock, had kind of taken a back seat. And I mean, the film was there. Nobody had ever really documented it though. Big names at this festival in the 1960s. And yeah, it's on Hulu. It's a great watch. If you're just like a music fan at all, Summer of Soul is a must watch.
I was just Googling hip hop, and I forget they have the Hip Hop Nutcracker that tours.
The Hip Hop Nutcracker.
Yeah, and I've heard in the past they were in Charlotte. I heard that's produced by Curtis Blow.
Oh, cool. There you
If I'm
go.
not mistaken. Yeah.
Yeah, music documentary. I mean, I could talk music all day. Like, we should have a strictly music themed episode.
I'm down with that.
Music and baseball go like hand in hand.
They do.
Like, there's like what other like an organ. I mean, yeah, you'll hear it at like a basketball game or a hockey game sometimes, but organs started in baseball. I mean,
Yeah.
I think like as it pertains to sports, nobody
Yeah.
invented an organ at a baseball game. That'd be ridiculous. Be impressive.
Good friends with well, not good friends. I know of them. We know each other. Greasy Keys.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He I worked with him with the Checkers.
Oh, he plays there.
No, well, yeah, he did.
He did.
Yeah.
Because he's got like he's not just a one place.
No.
He's all over.
Yeah, he
gotta
hops
get him out
around. He hops around, does different places.
here. We got to get him out here. Dude, baseball and organ music. It's just it's the best.
Yeah.
There are a few combinations.
It was a few times. It was actually probably a few times this season where like we had a audio clip of an organ playing.
Yeah.
And somebody's like, "You guys got an organ player here?"
No, but what if we did? What if we did have a full-time organ player that, I mean, you're telling me there's not some high school music teacher or like music professor at Wake Forest who would come play organ
Oh,
for
yeah,
66 nights out of the year? That'd be awesome. That'd be the best. Like, oh man, that would round out the baseball experience here. I think that's the only thing that's missing. There's nothing else. We got the baseball, just need the organ.
We got the baseballs, we got the players, paint on the grass. Yeah, we got everything.
You forgot the dirt.
We got dirt. We got dirt, right?
Do we? We do.
Sorry, I'm looking up top.
Are you typing?
Yeah, I am typing.
Nice.
You're producing over there?
Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been great. Before we go, groups, season tickets, all that good stuff are up for renewal right now. Not exactly on sale to the public quite yet, but if you have purchased a group or if you are a returning season ticket holder, you've got priority for dates. So you want to get those locked down before too long. 336-714-2287 or ws-dash.com for more info. JJ, Carson, thank you both.
Hey, thank you, Murph.
Thanks.
We will see you next time on DashCast.
You know it.